what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Sayna Wynn, and I'm back again for another. I was playing around with the timing. So I was thinking man on man Mondays or manic Mondays. I don't know. But this is just the time that I take for myself and to be with you all and hone my skills of podcasting again. Also, stop being reaching for perfection. Brandon invites you. He got too many. I'm trying to do the TikTok, y'all. I'm trying to stream because I'm old. I'm almost. Anyway, somebody's inviting me somewhere, and I ain't gonna do it. Okay, let me figure. So I've been trying to figure out what I want to talk about today, and then lo and behold, oh, it's not June 6th. I thought today was June 6th. Lord, I don't know what day it was. I thought today was June 6th. I work night shift, so and I saw something just from remembering that day about June 6th. And I was like, where were you June 6th? And I remember distinctly, I was working at a trucking company and it just seemed so unreal. Like I didn't even know how to take it. And I remember watching Amanda Seales talk about it. And that's when I was like, this is a real deal. This is what we call an insurrection myth, you know? And it was just a crazy day and we all the Black people had the same thought. We were like, if there was a bunch of blacks, if there was a bunch of Black people out there declaring a Freedom Day or whatever, it would have been a freaking bloodbath. We all know it. We all know it, but nobody wants to say it. But, you know, not to trivialize it, it was a horrible time. It was a time in America. See, I told y'all, I ain't paying. Y'all don't judge me. But it was just a time in America where we were like, oh, this is real. Like, we're really going through some crazy stuff. I'm going to turn this down because I'm not sure how loud it is. Oh, Lord. See, that's why I hate YouTube. They be having the longest little videos. Hold on. I'm just going to turn it off, y'all. All these little AI videos and all that mess. Anyway, let's be in a little silence. How about that? So the last few episodes I've been talking, kind of breaking down and doing some reviews of some of my favorite TV shows. Last couple of weeks, I've been talking about Heated Rivalry, Boy Love, but that was in 2025. Oh my God, we're in a new year. What is your New Year's resolution? What are you hoping to bring forth in this new time in our lives? And honestly, because I am turning 40, I am hoping to really step out of fear and walking in faith, you know what I'm saying? Just being the person that I envision myself being at all times. And not even at all times, it's just being the person that I want to be. I'm trying to make sure everything is posting. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I didn't really prepare nothing. I haven't been preparing anything on my podcast episodes so far. It's just because I'm trying to keep it as organic, authentic, and not overly, what's the word I'm looking for? Not overly scared of being perceived. Because being perceived is scary, you know? Like, everybody wants to be liked, especially a people pleaser like me. But I don't know if I'm actually live and on the Facebook. And nobody's watching anyway, so I can do whatever I want to. I don't really like to even think about like, oh, is anybody watching? Is anybody watching anyway? Just because it takes me out of being as authentic as I want to be. And I really, you know, it's so funny because like asked on Facebook, I'm like, what do y'all want me to talk about today? Do you want me to talk about Stranger Things, which finally ended? And I think it had a solid ending. Yes, there was plot holes galore. Some of our characters really kind of didn't get enough justice done to their characters, like Erica, who I love. She was the younger sister of Lucas. And that girl had a mouth on her, and I loved it. She called that, she called that one man, you bald bastard. 10, you bald bastard. Hollering, honey. Every time I think about that, I be hollering. And so I just really thought it was solid, considering there was a time where we waited 10 years for the Game of Thrones, and it was terrible. Hmm. I'm not going to let myself be discouraged because I'm doing the TikTok live. I've been trying to post and advertise more that I'm coming back to the podcast life. you have to kind of understand how algorithmically segregated we are and how hard it is to kind of break through, unless I'm talking about something awful like black men are trash, you know? And I don't think black men are trash. I don't think all men are trash. I think there are some trash ass mentalities that a lot of men have. And that's why I like heated rivalry so much, just because it showed us a potential, what healthy men loving, kind of like very masculine men loving each other. And it was just nice to see. Hello, David Goodman. How you doing? I am live podcasting. If you want to check out, oh, he jumped out. Yeah, I'm not what's the call it guy? I was about to call this man Shabuzi. Almost 4-year-old black woman. I got about T minus 20 days. My goodness. T minus 20 days until I become a full-fledged 40-year-old. And I think I talked about this on my last week's podcast, how the decade of my 30s was about loss and growth. And now I want the next decade of my life of 40s to be about, fearlessly moving forward into my 40s and beyond. You know, I'm a nigga. I love some alliterations. And just being happy. I don't know how to use this thing. I'm trying to actually show up for myself and put out my, you know, stuff. I don't know. I kind of got a little, I'm trying, not even gonna, I don't know how to, trying to do too much at the same time. I'm trying to be on Facebook. Oh, I'm invite DMs. Yeah, because you're the only person that just wanting to live fearlessly and ferociously for myself, just because it's hard out here and it's getting scarier and scarier. There is a lot popping off with our government. We don't know. It's completely unpredictable. The world is completely unpredictable. But as I was telling some of my employees today, that you are in control of your own life. They were really frustrated about some of the things that's been going on, and I actually just gave them space to kind of vent it out. And they were venting for like an hour just because they're frustrated. And I don't know if it's just necessarily all frustrated with work, but because work is the thing that allows us to live life, not having it be where you want it to be or be the way that you thought it was going to be. It's a very frustrating feeling. And I remember feeling like that in my 20s and in my early 30s. And in my early 30s, my 30th year, I was at a job, I was making great money, and then I got fired. And then my whole identity was switched because my confidence was shaken. And I was like, oh my, oh my God, I've been fired before. And I was just scared. And I had a lot of things shifting, but I was shifted into a place of really, I like to look at it just in retrospect, like everything fell into place. I didn't go hungry. My friends showed up for me. I was still social, even though I was getting ready to move out of my apartment. My friend, she bought a house. She let me stay with her. Shout out, because she's about to have a baby. We're going to raise, well, we're not we, but she's going to raise it. I'm going to dress it like a pea pie. And I'm really happy for her. And I just love her. And I just want all the best for her. Just thinking about how far I've come. Like 5 years ago, I wasn't even living by myself, and I felt completely behind. I was at ideations of unaliving for the TikTok, and I was just being real. Like, I was not a happy person. I was very depressed. COVID had us all verklept in the heart. And it was just a really scary time because you realize, like, man, tomorrow is not promised. But now I want to kind of live more in the future, or in the present, not the future, because a lot of the things that I've gone through, the anxiety and the depression, were all stemmed a lot from just worrying about the future and going in the past about the things that I did 5 years ago and something I may have embarrassed myself. And that's why I do my Manic Mondays. I get off work. I don't even take off my clothes, because if I get comfy, we all know if you take off the clothes, the bra, you ain't coming out the house. Or you don't want to do anything. And plus, I'm a night shift weekend person. So my weekends are relegated to the workhouse. And don't get to socialize much, and I had to socialize. I'd be at work. And it's been hard because a lot of my friends, they're married, they're in long-term relationships, and I still find myself being solo dolo. And I find myself being solo dolo more than I have ever been. Hello, man. Oh, they don't. Anyway, I find myself being solo dolo more and enjoying my company, enjoying my peace. And I be getting some shenanigans. Y'all need to go look at my TikTok. I be getting some shenanigans all the time. But I did pick up a random white man at Applebee's once. And yeah. It didn't end as the smut is. It was just like, wow, is this a low point for me? But yeah. And it definitely was a low point. If y'all want to hear the story, tap on the screen, send me a message, who call or whatever. But I don't know, just wanting to go fearlessly in my 40s, also trying to release the idea of perfection. And because really the true path to perfection, even though I don't believe it exists, is just progress. And it's just making moves. My daddy would always say, you got to make some preparations, baby. Make some preparations, get some things done. Hello, Hadi. Afrin. They're not here. They left and came back. They're like, what this bitch talking about? I'm talking about life. I'm recording my podcast. My name is Saint Lynn. Say if you're nasty on TikTok. Yes. And co-signs and tangents on the YT or whatever. And I am, again, just trying to move forward and stop worrying about the perfect, video posts. Like, does this look good? Is this funny? Just do it. But anyway, to the topics. I don't know much about Venezuela. All I know is that motherfucker. My best friend, cousin, she talked to me when she sounded tired because she was just spending time with family. And she said, we just bombed Venezuela. I was like, what? I'm at work, mind you, cramping, being completely irritated by every sound, smell, scent, look, touch, taste, feel of anything in the office. And I just started laughing hysterically. I was just like, what is this going on? What are we doing? What is this world? Where are we going? And she was like, girl, I don't know. And I started telling her about one of the women that I follow on TikTok. She's a van lifer. And I got a flash goal. I don't know what that is. Start. All right. Give me some roses. Roses. Give me some likes and roses. Oh, maybe I got tapped on the screen. Does it mean anything if I actually tap my own screen? It feels kind of like it don't matter. But anyway, so I just started laughing hysterically because I'm like, what is going on? Why? And she was like, resources. And people were like, yeah, we should do it. I'm like, no, why are we bombing a country for our own good to have cheap gas? Honey, we could it's just, what is going on? Like, living as we're like, I almost had me second guessing, just like, oh, fuck it. I don't want to do anything because the world is probably going to go to hell, but also the world probably won't. I'm trying to keep that hope and that faith alive. Not that someone's going to save us, but that we're going to save us, that we're going to get mad enough to really do something and really stop being stupid and just really stop being, I like to call it algorithmically segregated, and actually continue talking to each other and have conversations, because that is one of the things that we don't do. We're all in these echo chambers of the same myth-ish every day and not really making any concerted moves to talk to each other. So, because I was in a TikTok live and it's like one of those lives. No, I'm not jumping into a random TikTok. And it was these couple of people, and you could tell just from the way they were talking that they were not aware of a lot of things. And I'm trying to stop calling people stupid unless they're abusive or just really terrible or racist. And it was this young man. It made me sad, and I think that's also because he was just a young man, young father, about 23 years old. Baby mama killed herself, unalived herself, and he was raising his daughter, and people were just going in on him because he was not doing good. He, 8 years old, letting the girl go back into the doctor's office by herself, and they were just like, are you crazy? Are you stupid? You don't? And it made me think about him, he's just uneducated. Like there's a large population of people who are grossly undereducated. Thanks, No Child Left Behind Act. Appreciate you because, as I like to say, I can make everything go back down to slavery. I feel like there is a process. There's a desire for our country to have people who are not smart enough to deduce, I don't want to say smart enough, who are not educated enough to deduce propaganda, fact from fiction. Just thinking about like 10 years ago when Trump came down that day, I like to call him Orange Julius, Orange Cream Dream. He came down that escalator and we ain't been right ever since. Kellyanne Conway talked about alternative facts. I was like, oh, bitch, those are lies. And that's not okay. We're talking about lies and propaganda. We're talking about, excuse me, we're talking about lies. And everybody was like, these are alternative facts. And then I felt like that's when those echo chambers really start sticking in for people. And I know I've gotten caught up in it. I've gotten caught up in them. And like I used to like watch the news. I used to watch the news semi-faithfully when Trump was in office the first time. But honestly, during the 8 years of Obama, even though he was not the best, he wasn't perfect because the drones, the immigration reform that he did, because at his first term, they talked about how he deported a lot of migrants as well, immigrants as well. But come on, I don't give a damn. I think about the person now as well. Like, what's the person in office now? He is literally taking people off the streets. Like, they talk about a young girl who had her papers going to Taco Bell with her friend getting kidnapped. So you can't be driving. Like, I think about sometimes I work night shift. And so on the days that I'm off, some days I sleep past 2 or sleep past and it's dark and especially in the wintertime, I go out to eat and get something to eat. I'm like, if I was a person of Hispanic descent, I would be so scared, and it's the lack of empathy. So back to the young man on TikTok, he kept just referring to like, I'm fine. I own my own business. And he was talking about how he did care credit he was paying for his medical bills because he didn't believe in insurance. But I'm like, because you don't need it doesn't mean other people need it. Like, the collective lack of empathy is so wild to me. Like, I don't vote just for my best interest. I vote for everyone's best interest. I want everyone to be able to have affordable health care. I want everyone to feel safe in their homes and their cars. I want everybody to be affordable. Like, I'm not worried about what Karen and Kyle are doing, and I want them not to have their own lives. As I want people to just be free. They're talking about, you want kids to get free lunches? Yes, they're children. How are you going to be so worried about abortion rights of a fetus that is not even born, but you're not even worried about kids who are in foster care, who are not able to eat a meal every day? And you mad that you want to give them free lunch? Like, it's just a frustrating time. And it's so scary that the echo chambers and the lack of empathy is so prevalent. And you keep hearing people pandering to us, Black women, like, Black women gonna save the day. I said, we tried that. We did that. We were voting. We used our vote to vote for somebody who was not talking about relegating people to the scourges of humanity. Acting like a person who came over trying to have a better life, who actually pays taxes and pays into the government, because immigrants actually pay into the government and they can't even have any of the benefits. So it's just so frustrating how people just don't know nothing and so okay with not knowing anything because they think only the people who didn't vote for Orange Julius is going to get the ramifications of his actions. I'm like, that's not how the government works. Like, sorry, I almost bust the whole blood vessel. But anyway, so that's Venezuela. It's a scary time. I'm not completely well versed. I just know that they apparently kidnapped him and his wife. Like, that's dictator shit. Like, you hear about that in small country dictatorships about a political official kidnapping another political official. And you got a president of America, home of the brave and the free, going over somebody else's house and kidnapping them, kicking down their door for their oil. But the one thing to say his motives are always clear, but people act like they didn't know. I'm like, his motives have always been clear. He's always been about enriching the rich and not improving the 99%. And it's so crazy, like how people profess that they're Christian and they love God, but Jesus was a brown man who was poor, homeless, or kicking it with his 12 best friends. Who people, Okay, so y'all, you gotta check out the cookie collection if you're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I gotta shout out my girl again. Cookie collection. She makes some of the best cookies. And brownies. Even though I haven't had their brownies, they're beautiful though. They're beautiful. And cinnamon rolls. And so thank you so much, girl. I really appreciate you. She actually nominated me for the BEC award that I did not advertise enough. Yeah, girl. Hey. I was just on here talking. I'm on Facebook too if you want to jump on Facebook or whatever. I don't know. I could shout you out or something. Just trying to do a Manic Monday episode of the podcast and being more consistent because that's what we're doing in the 40th year of my life. More consistency, following through on these ideas. I'm going to be like you, girl, doing your cookie collection. So I was just talking about Venezuela. Thank you. I'm proud of myself too. I'm proud of you, girl, because we both some ADD ass people. ADD Aquariuses, gang, gang. Gang, gang. So yeah, do me a favor if you can share and tap the screen or whatever. That'd be really great. It's so weird trying to advertise myself like this, but girl, we're trying to get those coins. Not get these bags. We're saying no to embarrassments in 2026. But anyway, talking about Venezuela, I don't know if you're keeping up with that. And just how it's really crazy out here in these streets. Let's see. Co-host, creator, invite. I don't know how to use. Girl, I don't know how to use none of this stuff. Join. I'm not going to do any of this. I've just been inviting folks to the live. And thank you for tapping the screen, girl. You just did. Ain't you? Is your baby just tapping on the thing? Oh, he's so cute. Anyway, so I was talking about Venezuela, how it's just crazy because we're living in a sleek dictatorship, like a fascist regime. I'm just trying to keep my edges. And you already see they turning gray. Like, that's crazy. I can't believe that I'm going to be 40. It's so crazy. Like, how the hell am I the new adult? It's wild, boo. But anyway, so Venezuela's crazy. They say some people are happy about it, but there's also propaganda saying that whatever videos that you see in Venezuelans celebrating it is actually an old video. And it's so hard, like, with AI and deepfakes. It's just a scary world where you have to be able to tell fact from fiction and be able to look at a video and be like, that's AI. And I'm still able to tell most AI stuff because it just moves weird. It just moves wrong and it has the same vocal timbre and it just doesn't have any. Like, the videos don't really have, like, a soul, And I don't hate AI, but I don't like AI because, like, generative AI is being used in a lot of Black and brown communities and it's hurting the population. It may bring jobs, but it's also hurting the population. It's making people sick. And it's just another tale of, you know what I like to bring up? Slavery and racism. So it's just another tale of, like, environmental racism. It's rough out here in these streets, boo. And I was going to talk about Stranger Things. I don't know if anybody out there. I think I actually talked about it or I started it when I first started the live. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. And Stranger Things 2026, having a New Year's resolution. It was one video I was scrolling the New Year's Eve. I didn't even make it to 2026 awake, honey. I woke up at 12:30 Eastern at 2026, looked up and like, oh, well, it's a new year. And went right back to sleep. I was like, and I woke up in the morning, watched Stranger Things, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Of course, did they do it, every character justice? No. Our girl Erica did not get justice for Erica. Justice for Erica. And I felt like they kind of left out, that was her name? Lord. Uma Thurman's daughter. They didn't really kind of wrap her backstory up. We knew she's in New York, and she said something about overbearing exes. Spoiler alert. 11 died, but there's fan theories that she didn't die. You know, I feel like compared to Game of Thrones, after watching it for 10 years, it ended well. And it's also not real, you guys. It's not a real thing. It's a television show. They're not going to catch all the Easter eggs. Y'all be Ooh, honey, y'all be a little bit too deep. Just enjoy it. Suspend your disbelief and just enjoy the escapism because they bombing Venezuela, okay? They kidnapping presidents, everybody. Let's just focus on what's really going on. You know, there's plot holes everywhere, but they also coups, like government takeovers. It's crazy. Y'all know I'm random. And I told myself I'm not going to apologize for my tangents and my things. We're all ADD something. We're all neurodivergent. You can keep up. I believe in you. I believe in y'all. Oh, we got 2 people. Hello. Heated Rivalry. I'm going to invite Heated Rivalry to join me as a guest, even though I know they won't. If y'all like masculine looking men kissing on each other, watch Heated Rivalry. I love the show. Kara, I don't know how you feel, but via HBO, Heated Rivalry is awesome. But you got your own little fine thing at the house, so it's still good, girl. Invite. There be some randos on TikTok, honey. Invite them. I'm not gonna invite nobody on here. I don't know y'all. I'm a stranger danger generation. I don't want that. Don't show. Let's see. A couple of other things. I talked about January 6th a little bit. That's going to be tomorrow. Where were you on January 6th? You know, I know my black ass was at work because I was not going to be nowhere outside like I wasn't outside this year, last year in these protests. Speaking of protests, there was a white woman talking about how we need more activities for the kids during a protest. Bitch, this is a protest for right. This is the activity. You're teaching your kids how to fight for their God-given rights to live as a free person, okay? But anyway, that was a side quest that I went on there. And I think a couple of the things I wanted to kind of touch bases on. Kira, you got any questions for me? Girl, it's called Heated Rivalry. Don't watch it with the babies or your mom, because it's out of order. But it's actually a really sweet love story between 2 hockey players. 2 male hockey players. They're rivals, but they actually are kind of like pretending to be rivals out in the outside world, but in the inside, together, they love each other. But they don't start out loving each other. They start out just, touching each other inappropriately. But it's so good. The story's good. Cinematography's good. It's sweet. It's kind of funny. It has a Russian and a half white, half Japanese man who's actually Korean in real life. I wish they'd stop doing that. If the main guy is Korean, make him half Korean. Why they gotta be half Japanese? But no, they don't all look alike. They're like, I'm gonna put it on the list. Clubhouse there. Okay. We're gonna take a detour. All's Fair and Reasonable Doubt. People were giving All's Fair so much ish because they don't like Kimberly Kardashian, but she's so bloody funny and such a good actress. You had Glenn Close. You had our girl Nene Leakes bit. I just didn't like when they went her story. I hated that her story was a little dark. I'm like, dang, man. But none of them really had the best outcomes. They all had some effed up storylines, but it was really, really good. Really, really good. The ending of All Star pissed me off. Yes! I hope it gets a second season, but the way that I feel like people were just giving it so much mess because of Kim Kardashian, they might not get a second season. But I liked it. I liked the stories. I liked the side stories. It was giving very much American Horror Story without, the essay. And I didn't need too much essay over there. But anyway. And then, did you finish Reasonable Doubt? Because, girl, I cried. It's renewed for a second season. Okay, we're going to talk about it. But Reasonable Doubt actually got renewed for a 4th season too. And it's coming back. Oh, it was so good. I cried. Sorry, y'all. I'm talking to my friend Kira with the Cookie Collection in Chattanooga. And the delicious, delicious cookies. She has chocolate chip. She has, I call them I call them boneless. They're just brown butter sugar cookies. But I call them boneless sugar cookies, boneless chocolate chip cookies. That s'more though, that s'more, y'all. She has a s'more cookie that is so good. She put a whole graham cracker in that motherfucker. It is so good. And I don't even like marshmallow s'more. I like s'mores, but I don't like s'more flavored desserts. But girl, that cookie fire. It's gone off the menu now. No, is it because of the extra cost of making it? Anyway, reasonably that was great. I really, 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 really loved it. I hope you bring back that cookie. I'm gonna have to tell your cousin about it. He's gonna be sad because he really liked that. Uh, let's see. Okay, reasonably that was really good. That the rotate the seasonal ads every now and then. Okay, that makes sense. I like that. It was something I was gonna tell you. But anyway, I always be having ideas for your own business, girl. I be like, girl, you should be selling ice cream because you know what? Especially at like if you can get. Oh, look up this. I think there's like a ghost. Not a ghost kitchen, but it's like a ghost candy shop or something that be selling late night treats and stuff. Like they have like wrap snacks. I'll find it and send it to you. Maybe you could put your stuff there. That would be so cool. Brain joined. MJ, Inner Peace. Hello, Inner Peace. I hope you can bring us some Inner Peace. I will find it and send it to you. Maybe you can put your treats on there and people can get them in the middle of the night. And you can either get it delivered or you can actually pick it up at that location. I just don't. And it's like I think there's like several different shops inside of it. But let's see. Musica. Oh, Lord, my pronunciation is terrible. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Join me. Come to my window. Let's see. Okay. TV shows. Reasonable Doubt is amazing. All Sphere was good. I think they gave it. Kim Kardashian and K-Nat, we all know that. But I thought she did okay. She does have this, she don't really know how to convey a lot of emotion in her face, but I still love the show. Let's see. It was something else. I talked about New Year's Eve. My New Year's resolution is just to live as faithfully follow through as possible, to get back on working on Adventures of Ada, my children's book, with one of my best friends, Dr. Ogechi. And we have the third book in the tank, but because of life infinite wonders and sadness, it's just been a hard, rough road for us. Kim just plays Kim K and everything. Yeah. And Kim K Kim K's mom is a genius because, honey, they billionaires. I don't hate the plants. Sometimes I do, but I hate the game because she is a little problematic. But I'm not even gonna give her that much headspace. But I like the show and I like all the characters. It's something else I was going to talk about. Talked about Venezuela. I don't know that much about it, but I gave you my little tidbits. Hey, Songbird. Hey, Venezuela. Sorry, how sounds bad? Say your whole government outside. Hey, boo, how you doing? I was just, hey, Songbird, my friend Kira is in here. She makes these really great cookies in Chattanooga. She's the Cookie Collection. Really good cookies. And she makes cinnamon rolls. Fi. If you don't mind liking the screen, tippity tap, tap, to tap, 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 you can join my little fan club thing. And not in your fan club, but in your top 3 contributors. I have to check her out. Yes, I'll send you her stuff on Facebook. And next time I get some cookies, I bring you some next time I come over your house. Or next time we hang out. Oh, Kira, we should hang out. But anyway, y'all both married too. Anyways, I stay trying to connect folks. So Venezuela, Stranger Things. It's a random topic, y'all. So something happened at work this week. For those who don't know, I'm a manager. Yes. I'm a manager, middle management. And the one thing I've learned about myself working as a middle manager is that I have to let go of the spirit of the people pleasing and also have to let go of the spirit of codependency. Because I talked about earlier, before I got distracted, talking to my girl Karen, what's up, and Songbird, that I have spent a lot more time by myself probably in the last couple of years than I ever have because a lot of my friends are married. A lot of my friends work on normal days like Monday through Friday and I work nights and weekends. So I'm kind of isolated. And I have had to relearn what Sana likes, what Sana enjoys, just. And also, I get into shenanigans where I pick up a random white man in Applebee's. I talk about that on my TikTok. If y'all want me to talk about it, I tell y'all on TikTok because it's a little out of order, but it wasn't. It's out of order. But I'm grown. I gotta have some shenanigans somehow. So I was just realizing, like, just who I want to be. And so I'm feeling this weekend, I felt one of the most like confident in my role as a manager that I had in a very, very, very long time. Like I've been contemplating like, okay, do I want to stay in this role? And my best friend cousin was like, girl, don't quit no jobs because over 400,000 plus Black women don't have jobs right now. They didn't got fired because of the lack of DEI. And this country is so whack sometimes. Like the possibilities, the greatness, the potential of this country is so weighed down by the apathy of people and the desire for people to feel better than someone. I don't care. As I stated in my last podcast, if you don't hurt nobody, you are with consenting adults, humans, adult people who can advocate for themselves and who have a sound mind, you, okay? Damn, y'all know I be forgetting where I'm going. Also, I haven't slept. I got off work and I got on the podcast because I'm trying to stay consistent with the podcast. So, hey, y'all, look for me, y'all. I'm being consistent. Oh, Lord, I forgot where I'm going. I be going out the zone, honey. I be going out the dome. It might be because I'm turning 40 soon. All right, girl. Tell your mama and your boo, I say hey. And same thing for you, Caribou. Tell your mama, your boo, and your baby. I say hey. And I forgot where I was going. Lord, that ADD, that ADD got me. That ADD got me. What was I saying? Thank you, boo. Girl, you know what I was saying about? I can't remember. Oh, spend time myself, learning the situation. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, praise God. That's what friends are for. So the situation at work, I won't go too in depth, but I've learned that I have to let go of the spirit of codependency and people pleasing. And I'm getting better at that because something happened where I have my I don't have the same staff that I have like I had previously. And it's been over a month and like a couple of my people were just mad, honey. They was mad as hell. And it was just getting to me. Like I was just like, and I'm the type of manager, I'm like, yeah, because like we had one manager a long time ago that says, don't say nothing negative. I'm just like, don't believe in censorship, but then at this time, I'm like, y'all need to shut the fuck. Y'all are so angry over stuff that is not even in your control. We're at the bottom of the barrel, honey, of control. We got to just do what we can do. But I gave them space to vent, but I also set boundaries because they were getting a little too attitudinal for your girl. And I was like, I will not be disrespected. I was like, one, you won't disrespect the people that we work with. You won't disrespect me because you're disrespecting yourself. And I felt like, I thought some good shit right now. I should have recorded that. I was talking some good shit. Hello, Rana, Amir. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. They gone anyway. Anyway, so I was just realizing like the growth of who I am. I think about my inner child, my inner teenager, my inner fucking 30-year-old. I'm like, I'm so proud of you because the 30-year-old that got fired lost so much confidence in herself, didn't know who she was because we as millennials were raised with these ideals that I'm like, I'm going to follow this path. I'm going to graduate from high school, going to go to college. I might meet my husband in college, but even if I don't, that is cool because probably by 27, I'm going to still meet my husband and I'm going to have this great job because I went to college because that's what different world told me. And I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to save the world because that's what. And then I go to college in 2004. And then the recession happens. I come out. I'm working a job that I worked in college, making $750 $7.10 an hour, but I was still able to live with 2 roommates. But we lived in a very nice house and we had fun and we still had a work-life balance. But we were all just like, where's the boss? Where's the man? Where's our boo? Where's our husband? Hey, welcome back, Lanny. It's like Rana. Rana? Is it Sana? It's like Sana, Rana. Ew. Hello. He's gone again. And so I just remember having these ideas of what my life was going to be. Seeing the person I am now who doesn't look anything like I thought it was going to be. I'm like, okay. I'm still big, honey. I've always been a big girl. Sad ass. But I have a whole new appreciation for the fatness of my ass. I love how fat my ass is. Hey, Dad. Hello. My name is Sana. I have a podcast called Cosines and Tangents, and I'm just recording a live episode of it. Stay so sad. If you are in the Tennessee, Chattanooga area, there is a lady who sells, give me a little bit out of that. Yeah, I got enough of it. I got a little shelf. If I could just literally take a little bit of this ass and imbue it to you, I would, because that's how much I love you. But it has to be a balance. I can't have no wop cheeks. You know, can't have no wop cheeks. But yeah, I'm just proud of the woman that I am, and I won't. If I could go back in time, be like, it's not. I would tell her one thing: buy Google. I used to love stocks. Didn't know nothing about stocks when I was a kid. I just knew I want to get into them. If I would have known, I would have gotten Google, Facebook, and what's the jigget? I can't remember. Microsoft. Because at the time I was looking at them, they're like $20. And I didn't know how to invest in the stock market because, again, racism. We didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And man, I probably would have been a fucking billionaire right now. But, alas. That's why I always tell any young person, like when I used to recruit, where I met you, I would get, girl, yes, that too. Netflix and those are reach stocks. I'm seeing that handyman, honey. You know the story about did I ever tell you the story about the handyman? The little 25-year-old handyman? I'm looking out my window and I'm like, I haven't seen him this year. He's so and but yeah, definitely. You remember Bitcoin? You remember when you talk? I don't want to bring up nothing that's a sensitive subject, but you remember that Bitcoin when we were working at that job together? And you called your boo and you were like, baby, tell me if you got that Bitcoin. I wish you did, girl. But we didn't know nothing about no fees and a virtual currency. What? Oh my God. This is crazy. Anyway, to wrap it back up, I'm proud of the woman I am, and I'm proud of the woman that I'm going to become in the future. And thank you for jumping on this live. Made it even more fun and interactive. Do you have any topics that anything you would like me to discuss, my love? Anything? Any advice? Any advice from your almost 40-year-old friend? Anything. Also, side note, have you thought about making a cookie collection experience where you can hey, let's make cookies. You could teach it, but I don't know if you want to teach people your recipe because it's really delicious, but maybe just cookies or a cookie decorating thing with a church or something like that where kids can decorate cookies and just, eat cookies. They're delicious. It just came to me. We've been coming up with good ideas. I swear to God, if we could just get our ADDs, if our ADD combines. Hey, so I'm just so proud of you, girl. I'm so glad you found your niche, I'm so proud of you. I think I'm running out of things to say. One, I need to go sleep. I've been up for a long time. A long time running. A lot of dope. I don't know in lyrics. It must almost been an hour. Yeah, that's all I really got, y'all. Just cheers to progress over perfection. Just to wrap it up, Stranger Things was all right. Venezuela, honey, what we doing? It's crazy. Men need to learn how to have emotions. I'm always going to be an advocate for men having their their full emotions and being able to be their full selves and to be soft and kind and gentle because men deserve soft, kind, and gentle. Some of y'all I can't put nobody in heaven or hell, but some of y'all are terrible. But a lot of y'all are pretty good. And I'm waiting to meet somebody that makes me feel safe, loved, and healthy and happy, who can do that for me, because I believe that's something I have to learn to do for myself, but who will just add to it, you know? But this has been just another manic Monday or man oh man Monday of cosines and tangents. If you like this, please like, share, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your kids, because they streaming with everybody. That was weird. I love y'all, and as always, this is been fun. And as always, I love you. Bye bye. Yeah.